Hey, and there we are. We are live. And welcome, welcome, welcome to all are out there. And I'm going to have to start off right away with an apology. I have not done any invoices for the past couple of weeks. And I know at least one person I've got to owe a few from, well, they've purchased over the last couple of weeks. That will go out tomorrow, I promise. And then there's a few that were bought for me about a month ago, and I said I would hold the stuff for 30 days in case they had something else because it was just one item. So I will now send out that invoice. It's been at least 30 days, maybe more. So I have all your information. So I think so. Let's go through it. First, like I say, welcome. We are here in Northwest Vermont, rainy rainy and cold, I should say, Northwest Vermont. We're about 45 minutes to an hour from the Canadian border up in Quebec. Might be 95 miles from the city of Montreal, and about 18 miles, I think, to the city of Burlington and Lake Champlain. So we're up in the mountains. You can see Mount Mansfield from my home, and my wife and I run this together. And we I've been doing this for a couple of years. Well, been a couple of years now, off and on. For a while it was more off than on, and now I'm trying to be more consistent, at least once a week. Um, this past week has been interesting, to say the least, for us. I spent a good part of Saturday in the emergency department at the hospital, thinking I had a heart attack, and I'm okay. I did not, but they didn't exactly tell me what it is, but I think what it is basically severe gastritis from what they treated me for. I'm a little fuzzy about why they weren't really clear about the final thing, but anyway, there was one minor anomaly in my EKG that apparently is common for somebody my age. So they weren't too cared about it. They didn't seem to be overly concerned. I guess that's the way. So I'm going to stay the same. And then we had another family member go in Monday to the emergency department. So I spent a good part of Monday at the hospital again. So we are rather limited here in this area. We only have one major hospital in this county. There is another one about in the next county north of us that is actually pretty decent. So anyway, so hi Kelly. So yeah, it was a bit of a scare, but both when I talked to the EMT on the ambulance, and thank you for the prayers, and when I talked to the both the people at the hospital and the doctors and all that stuff, they all said, "Oh, you did the right thing. Don't feel like you can't take that chance." And got EMT in the ambulance says we've seen so many people that ignore it, and it's not good. So I basically had all the class. I mean, I actually took an advanced first aid class many years ago. I say many years ago, 30 years ago, and I always keep up to date on it. Plus, my previous job was working for a medical software company, so I was actually testing the software that a lot of these people use. So I knew what the symptoms could be, and that's kind of what I was going by. With the pain and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, so anyway, you don't take a chance. Then Monday we did the same thing with another family member. So and that's still up in the air. They're still waiting for more tests. They're home, but that's where it is. And then, yeah, it just seems like we're getting hit right now. Family members getting sick and things like that. And it's weird because usually the winter time is when you start getting colds or bad stomach bugs and that kind of stuff. But this has been strange weather here, really strange. Like I said, it's pouring rain right now, and it's going to continue to rain till about probably 1 or 2 in the morning. And then rain again tomorrow. And it's only 48 degrees right now, something like that. And the most we've seen is, I think, close to 60 a couple days ago. But this weekend, 72 by Monday, in the 80s. It's like somebody's going to flip a switch, and we're going to be in summer. Even though technically we're still in spring. So, but it's been too wet to plant the garden. It's been too wet to get much done. I can't even mow my lawn. I tried to mow some of it the other day, and that were at least dry enough for me to mow. And wow, it was really struggled. The grass was really tall in places because it was just too wet to mow. So that is that. Okay, so let's go through the spiel here. So if you're new, please email me. It's on the screen there, my email. Give me your real name, your YouTube name, your shipping and PayPal information. I'll use PayPal for invoicing, and I use Pirate Ship for shipping. And boy, I'll tell you, I nothing but praise for Pirate Ship. Everything works well with that software. They always get me the best, really good deals. Really good deals. It matches pretty much what you get on eBay for shipping discounts, so pretty close to the same. Sometimes I compare them out of curiosity. I said, no, always trust eBay. But anyway, I do have some silver items tonight. I don't think I have gold looking items, but I don't think gold items tonight. So anyway, so that's where we are. Let me see what else. I usually start the bidding at $1, increment, that kind of stuff, unless it's over $10, and I ask you to do $2 or more increments. It's not a hard and fast rule, but what do you feel like you want to do? That I'm going to be perfectly okay with that. I do have a couple times tonight where I'll be doing a multiple choice. So maybe once, maybe twice. We'll see here as the night goes, as the evening goes here. So I typically go to 10:30 because that does overlap with a couple of other auctions that I like to watch. So, that's where we are. Like I said, right? See, am I missing anything else? I know that one of my regulars out there has been quite ill, and I have been keeping her in my prayers. And I'm not going to name any names because that's up to her to decide to reveal that. But I hope that she's doing better. I know this is a struggle right now. So, okay. So I have it'll be mostly jewelry tonight, I think. I have a few non-jewelry items, some artwork. That's going to be different tonight. A little bit of artwork. I say artwork, you'll see what I mean. Not too much of that, but we have some of it. And so, a couple of collectible items, kind of thing. I'm going to probably change my format a little bit tonight in the sense I'm going to keep myself on camera more often than I usually do. If it doesn't work out well, then I'll just switch and use both cameras. We'll see how it goes. Or I may just, for some reason, my version of StreamYard doesn't allow me to have split cameras. So I've tried that, and it doesn't let me do that. So I've tried a couple times, and see if it lets me do it. Yeah, I have to upgrade if I want to use the extra camera. So the heck with that. I'll just keep flipping back and forth. So hey, Marlene, I hope you're doing well too. We are. Oh, you said we just. I don't know if you caught the beginning here, but we had a bit of a scare on Saturday for me, and everything's fine. I'm fine. It turns out. I just ended up at the hospital for several hours. You never go to the emergency department and just spend just an hour there. You always spend about 4 or 5. So. But that's okay. They wanted to make sure they did the testings and all that kind of stuff. So glad to see you here. Okay. And like I said, we have one other family member that was in the hospital Monday. So it's been kind of a weird, stressful week. And I'm getting a little behind on things. I did send out a package to you, Marlene. It got in the mail finally this week. So you should see that the next day or so. I think that's it. So, okay, let's get started. Where was I? Oh, yeah. So, I did find a really cute game. It's brand new, never been opened. It's called Ramen Fury. Ramen Fury. And I'm going to read it to you here while I'm holding it up. Rush to prepare and slurp up delicious bowls of ramen filled with tasty ingredients. Collect combos of cards. It's a card game, obviously. To score for different recipes while adding garnishes to boost your points. At the same time, watch out as other players throw spicy chili peppers your way or swipe foods right from your bowls. It's a lively take that fun that will have you calling for takeout. It says it's got 15 bowl cards, 89 ingredient cards, and 10 spoon tokens, and the instructions, of course. Brand new. So let me put that down so I can type it in. What do we call it? Ramen Fury. Ramen Fury. Whoop. I just hit some button here that messed things up. There we go. Let's try that again. Fury game. Well, we'll start this at $8. How's that sound? So, yeah, so that's what it is. You can see it still has the hang tag on the top of it from wherever it was displayed. It has never been opened. Brand new. I have no idea what the original price is on it. The back, there's the back, sorry. And put up by a company called Mixlore, Mixlore. This is for ages 8+ for 2 to 5 players. So, any interest in that? That is the first thing for the evening, if there's any interest. And we will post that. And that is where we are. Is there any interest in that? Otherwise, we'll switch to some jewelry. And I got quite a bit of interesting jewelry to show tonight. I'm going to start with they're all bagged up here, so give me a second one. So, yeah, we're playing. Okay, that's fine. I think that it was doing pretty well with the lag last time, so I'm hoping we're doing well this time. For those that are new to this kind of thing, or maybe you aren't, most of you probably aren't. Oh, okay, cool, yeah. So what did I say? I wanted 8. So, okay, if somebody makes me an offer a little less, won't break my heart. So, but that's what it is. It's brand new. So, all right, but I don't see anybody jumping on that, so we will pass. It's interesting. I didn't get a chance to look it up, actually, to be honest. I just know what I paid for it, and it wasn't much. So I kind of guessed based on some of the other games I've owned in the past. We've done a lot of card games with family. It's a lot of fun, actually, especially with the grandkids when they're old enough. This is for 8+, so older grandkids. But so yeah, okay. I'm gonna pass on this. That's fine. Okay, so I did come across, I saw this the other day, and I said, oh, I gotta show this. And I'm gonna show it on this camera, but I think I might switch it to the other camera, just because, yeah, I would take 6. Yeah, I'd take 6 for that, sure. It's fine. Let me put that in the chat. Thank you. Let me write it down. Get my trusty clipboard out here and find a pen that works. Kelly. Thank you. Okay. To the side. All right. I'm going to show this in my hand, but oops. I didn't mean to click on that. Sorry. Okay. So we got this really pretty brooch. Let me see if it's going to focus on it. No, I think it's going to switch. Yeah, I am going to switch to the other camera. I think it's going to work better with the other camera. So let me just set that up. Give me a second. I've been learning some shortcuts. I've been playing with my StreamYard stuff today and learning some shortcuts. So, okay, so I got this really, it almost looks like Aurora Borealis type crystals in it, the way they sparkle. I think you can see that pretty well. And gold tone. Get it nice and close. You can get to see this kind of a pinkish Aurora Borealis kind of tone to it. And there's the back. I did not see any markings. I'll put it up closer. You can see maybe sometimes it pops up on camera and I just don't see it when I'm looking at it. But I don't see anything. So, but there's the pin. It doesn't stick out, so no, it doesn't stick out, so no stabby factor on that one. So if you're wearing it, I'm guessing it would wear it something like that, I would guess. Roach. Oops, nope, didn't spell roach. We'll start this at $6. 6 seems to be the number that's out there. We'll start the bids at $6. If there's any interest. And like I say, it's kind of a pinkish color, but it's got varying colors depending on how the light is. You can see that when you're moving it, that the color kind of changes a bit. Is that on screen? So, okay. And yeah, and often I like to also show it when it's in my hand because it does sometimes give you the contrast better against the flesh tone for some reason. So I see Kelly at 6, and any bid $7 or higher is acceptable, of course. Anybody else is interested? It is very pretty. I was really, really when I saw this, I said, "Oh, I got it! I got it! I'm sure somebody's going to want to have this. It's really pretty." So, yeah, it. I'm you say to me it looks like Oreo, but I can't, but it does. You can tell it definitely cuts the color. You can say the predominant color does seem to be that kind of a pinkish color that you see on camera, but it does seem to capture a lot of different colors. And if I'm looking at it from the side, you can see that sometimes a little bit different color as well. Okay, I don't see anybody else jumping on it. I'm not going to belabor that, so we will say sold to Kelly for $6. And I thank you. Let me write your name on the little plastic pouch here. I can figure out what I did with my marker. Oh, no, it's in my pocket. So I always do that. No, it wasn't my marker. Oh, there it is. It is the 14th today. All right. Like I say, I may alternate and do a mixture of different things at the beginning here, and then by the time I run out of the other things that are non-jewelry, we will definitely be pretty much mostly jewelry towards the end, I suspect. Oh, come on, get back in the bag. Like I said at the beginning, I'm kind of missed out on shipping some things, and we're even doing invoices and shipping. No shipping. All the shipping's done, but the invoices I'm really lagging on, and I apologize for that. Okay, oops, you put that with your other package here. Okay, so I came across these earrings. I'm not gonna ask a crazy price for these because I had no idea anybody really be interested in something like this. But somebody was really creative with making earrings. Oops, let me get that off the screen. I'm going to show them here, and then so anybody knows that brand White Rock Seltzer? I'm not. But somebody got real creative and made earrings out of these with shepherd's hooks. They even have the little stopper on the little thing on the back. Okay, I see here. So I'm going to call these the White Rock earrings. I know people love these novelty things, so I thought, what the heck? I'll see if anybody's interested. We'll start these at $5. How's that? Any interest? We'll go from there. And I see Kelly at 5. Like I said, I thought, I say it's a really novel thing, and I know some people really love this kind of stuff. So I thought I definitely got to bring these up to the auction. So yeah. Oh, good. Oh, that's cool. Upcycle. Yeah, I never thought of that word. That's a good word to use. Thank you. So that's where we are with that. And I'm not going to see anybody else bidding, I'm sure, on that. But you never know. I'll wait a minute. I mean, make for the lag to make sure. Go there. Oh, there's my marker. I have that handy. So, okay. Well, we will say sold to Kelly for $5. Thank you, Kelly. And we write your name on the bag. And said today is the 14th. Middle of May already. It is true what they say. As you get older, time goes faster. It's all relative. It seems like just the other day, my grandchildren were born. Now, my oldest one just turned 25 on Monday. So, wow. Talk about making me feel old. No great grandchildren yet, though. That'll really make me feel old. Okay, what was I going to do? Oh, yeah. So let me switch cameras again real quick. Okay, so, come on, camera. Oh, there we go. So I got this little Boyd's bear. You see, and that's the reason I'm showing it, because to give you the scale, it's not really a big bear. It is a Boyd's bear. Tags are, and he's brand new. You can see that the tag is still on him. It's called the Head Bean Collection. It's got a little green ribbon tied around him. Kind of a light brown color. The inside of the tag says, "Thinking of Ya series." It says, "Hi, I'm Sissy Bear Hugs, and I'm a genuine Boyd's." And this is from the part of the Head Beans. Sorry, I have to read through the bottom of my glasses. "Thinking of You series, I bring you greetings, celebrations, wishes, or hugs." And so there's a little bit more to it than that, of course. And then he's got the original tag on the back and all that kind of thing, where he's made new material only, it says, things like that. So I think that's all there is to know about that. So let me put him down for a second while I type what I'm going to ask for him. It's a Boyd's Bear plush. We'll start him at let's say $5. I want to keep it down, keep the price in a reasonable range, I think. And he's in really good shape. He was stored in a plastic bag when I got him, so I don't think he's ever seen much exposure to the elements and stuff. But he's cute. You can on the camera better. So close here, and see there's the bag, and see very, very clean, cute little padded feet there. So anyway, I see Kelly at 5. Thank you. Let me set him down so I can type. Yeah, let's do that. So I can put him. I put him on my shoulder, but I know he won't stay because he'll go boop, and then I don't want him to get dirty. We have a cat, and if he ended up on the floor, I'm sure get some cat hair on him. So I don't want to do that. He's not been exposed to the cat, so. All right, I will say sold to Kelly for $5. Oops, I mistyped the word sold. There we go. Let's try that again. Okay, thank you, Kelly. Let me write that down. And I didn't write the other one down either, so I should do that too. As soon as I figure out where I put my pen down. Oh, there it is. Okay, there. Try and keep that in order. Okay, this more jewelry. I have hidden. Yes, yeah, it'd be a nice gift. Yeah, I agree. It's got a nice message. Okay, this is actually, boy, it's in it's in a sealed bag. I'm gonna have to get my scissors on. This necklace. Let's do that because it's a nice storage bag, but it's the way it is. It's a very pretty necklace. I'm trying to alternate here so you're not seeing all the same kind of thing. Give you some variety. This is a necklace, and it has a tag on it. I didn't realize that. It's got a name. Let me just see if I can get the name here. Does that say Claire's? I think that's what it says, Claire's. So for you don't know, these women most of the women know or heard of Claire's jewelry, and usually it's a mall store. So I'm going to put this on the board because I don't think it would look appropriate on me. So do that. But let me get it straight here. So it's kind of got a blue sparkly, as you can see. Oh, that's actually come up pretty good on camera too. And I'm going to set it down and put it on the other camera so I can type. And give me a second. I hope everything sounds good. This, like I said, it's using some new stuff for the last weeks, and one of the things that the software that I have, the StreamYard software, is supposed to be automatically adjusting the volume so it's appropriate. So let me shut this off and zoom in. And up a little. Oh, oops. Up a little bit. There we go. I do love this new camera. And so you can see that looks pretty good. And I think it looks like, I'm going to say that didn't see, yeah, there is an extender on it. So you can see there's the extender and with Claire's tag. So it looks like about a 2-inch extender. So I want to say with the extender, it's probably close to 18-inch, and without 16 probably. So, oops, back up again. Okay, really does catch the light nicely, doesn't it? And I say there's the front. The back is just a black enamel on the back, and the chain itself is black as well. So, so I'm going to call this the Claire's luminescent, I guess. That's the right word, luminescent. I'm misspelling luminescent. Thank you, spell check. Necklace. We'll start this at $6. Oh, no, it says there was an error. Okay. Let's try again. There we go. So, let me zoom back out a bit. Yeah, there we go. Get that nice white background for you there. And okay, let me see here. Just trying to keep things orderly here. It does catch the light nicely. There we go. I'll get it out. I see you've been at 6. Okay. Maybe let me grab a sip of water and then I'll post this old here. I'm going to say sold. Whoop, 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 whoop. Gotta be careful where I'm typing here. Sold to Kelly for $6. Thank you, Kelly. Let me write that down. Okay. I just had that bag and everything that was in. So let's try and put it back in that same bag. Thank you. I wish I really could split the cameras. It just won't let me do it. It's frustrating. Can't do things that you want to do. And more money to do it. So typical, I suppose. But so I'm just trying to put your thing back in the little bag here. That it came in. I'm not having much luck with it. So, yeah, the grandson that turned 25, he's performing this Saturday at one of the local breweries, one he's been at many times before. We always get a great crowd and a lot of fun. I'm meeting a lot of new people that way, I'll tell you that, which is surprising for me. So, okay. and it's a lot of fun. It's a good crowd. He does always gets the crowd going well. It's a lot of fun, and he'll be performing again several times in June, different places. So we'll try and catch some of those. Um, my fourth grandchild is graduating from high school in June, and so my sister's coming up from Florida, and that's going to be fun because he's playing one of the nights that she's here, so they'll get to see him play live, which is nice. And so that'll be good. And then he's been playing with another guy, filling in for his friend, this other guy's friend, sister actually, that doesn't playing right now. And so he's been doing that for a while, off and on. It just didn't work out this weekend, but um, we'll have a combination of concert with him and celebration of his birthday at the same time with a bunch of his friends and people. So that'll be nice. And his brother's birthday is just a few days later, so we're going to get combined and do the birthdays together, which will be a lot of fun. So, okay. That was jewelry. Do I have something non-jewelry? I have. Okay, let's do that. I mentioned art, and I'm going to do a couple of pieces. This is a photographer from up in the north of near Newport, Vermont, which is up near the Canadian border. We call it the kingdom. Everybody calls it the kingdom, God's kingdom up there. And it is a really pretty part of Vermont. Very rural, but a really, really nice area to visit. And this guy's a photographer, and he's done some photography of that area. And his name is, he's passed away. His name is Pete Malchuk. I don't think he's famous or anything like that. I mean, he's famous up there. And so I've got two pieces. I'm going to try and show them on this camera, and I'm going to start these for choice. You can have, and again, I'm going to stick with that $6 number. And these are not big. I think these in the whole overall size of these particular ones, and I have more that are different sizes. I think these are like 8 by 10. I want to say. So if you, and I actually probably have some. I could have put them in 8 by 10 frames, but I think people like to do that themselves often. So the first one is, let me see if I can get it without glare. Oh boy, that's gonna be tough. I'm gonna have to take it out of the package. I think the glare is gonna be too much. I hate to take it out. It's a nice, really nice poly package with cardboard backing, and it's all matted and everything. So, but the top picture is a local white-tailed deer, and the bottom picture is, and it's still some glare, but not too bad. You can sort of make it out if you bring it back further. No, I guess that doesn't help. You can see it's nicely matted. So there's the bottom one. It's the glare from that. Maybe it doesn't do that on the other camera. Let me try the other camera, see if that works. Give me a second. There. Okay, yeah, that's much better. Doesn't have the glare that they did with the other. So, and you can see the moose in the bottom picture, and the white-tailed deer in the top. She's a doe. And then the other picture, I'll see if this one will do. Maybe don't have to take the foil off of this. Is a local little toad, a frog. Yeah, this guy's really good photographer. He really does have some really nice stuff, and you'll see some of the more of it, a little bit more of his stuff later. But whoops, what did I just do? I did it myself again. Let's try that. Hang on. Comments. There. Okay. I always do that myself. Type in the wrong field. Matted 8 by 10 wildlife photos. Let's see if we get that better now. There we go. We're starting these at, what did I say, 6? For choice. Okay, come on. There we go. So there are the two pieces. And like I said, I took this one out because of the glare on the plastic, and now I'll put it back in the plastic sleeve that was in. So I really want to keep the dust and dirt off of these. We were up in the Northeast Kingdom, and about 2 or 3 years ago, and came across some of his work, and got quite a few pieces. And he said he had passed away, and I think he just didn't know what to do with all the photography he'd done. And it's kind of sad, actually, but he's really, really good. There. And let me bring that camera down a bit. There. Okay. Like I said, I had some artwork. I've got some more of his work coming up. We'll disperse that throughout tonight. Like I said, when I said I want to have some items for choice or multiple items, this is what I was referring to. So, excuse me. Okay. So we'll pass on that. That's okay. He's like I say, really good. Good. He's an artist in the sense that he knows how to set up the photos and stuff. His lighting is excellent. Okay, jewelry. Back to jewelry. I have this piece. No, that's not it. No, that's not it either. Well, let me go to. Oh, nope. Where is it? I've got some silver ones. I just want to show. At least do a couple of silver. At least one silver item here. Come on. Nope. I'm trying to find it here in my pile of stuff. Nope. 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 Wow, I am just struggling to find it now. What did I do with it? Huh. I have so many pieces here. Of jewelry, I mean, not of that. Oh, you know what? I'll just grab this other piece instead. Okay. Let me switch back to me here because I'm going to have to take it out of the bag. Again, these were all nicely bagged up. So I have what I would call, well, this isn't technically a piece. I wouldn't call it jewelry. I would call it utilitarian. It's a keychain, sort of. I don't know what it says on it here. Just say something on it. Oh, it's an advertising thing. Heritage Heritage Standard Bank. Okay, so it's one of those keychains where you can separate it. I think, and, so you can separate the key. Like if you put your car key on it, and you can pull a little thing like that and pull it apart. So when you go to get your car service, you can just give them your key without giving the rest of your keys. But what they attach to this thing is a really nice little pocket knife. And so I'm going to include the detachable key ring thingy. I consider that kind of the extra. So there it is, a little detachable guy. The blue section comes out. You pull on the blue section. And then it's got this nice little pocket knife with a screwdriver. And this is the first time I've ever opened it. It was in plastic. And can opener and a knife, of course. Somewhere in here. Let me see if I can get that. Put my fingernail on it. A little stiff. There's the knife. Okay. So it looks like about a 2.5 inch, 3 inch wide knife. I did not see a name on it anywhere. There's a symbol on it. A little squarish symbol on the edge here. We'll see if that'll focus. It probably won't, but and that is there. I didn't see anything else on it when it was in the package, and I didn't see anything else on it. But I'm going to switch that over to the other camera so I can type. So detachable. Oops. Key ring with a pocket knife. Don't go in the airport with it, of course. We'll start this at $6. How's that? Huh? And I think just the pocket knife alone is, worth something, worth the $6. And then the key rings I kind of consider the extra. So but it's it looks like it's all metal. There's no plastic on it. I see Kelly at 6, but that is an interesting little knife. Like I said, with a bottle opener and a can opener. Those can openers are definitely old school. And a flat screwdriver. No. This thing's really thin. See how thin that knife, pocket knife is. Really thin. But it's all metal, and this thing was definitely set off a magnetometer. Metal. So, yeah. All right. Well, that's up there for a second. Let me go back and see if I can find the sterling I was looking for. I think I found it. Let me see. They're marked. No, that's not the ones. It's similar to what I showed in the past. I just can't remember what I did with them. I thought I put them back in this box. Maybe not. All right, well, we'll do this instead. Okay. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, like I said, I have done this in the past with I've had one of these detachables, and it's nice when you're going to get your car service. You just give them your car key and don't have to give them the whole house key and everything else with it. So, but yeah, absolutely. All right, we're gonna say sold to Kelly for $6. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me write that down. Okay. Just stack of stuff. Actually, I'm going to start a box. Just keep off one box here for you. I think it's the easiest way to go. Oops. I think I just disconnected my camera by accident. That's all right. I'll switch back here in a second. There we go. Okay. Yeah, that way okay. I still didn't switch back to this camera. Okay. All right, pardon me. Let's see. Okay, jewelry. Let's see here. No, I think I have so much to choose from tonight. You wouldn't believe the stuff I've got to show you guys. I think I'll go with this one. Again, another one new one. I gotta open the package. Huh. I didn't know the package was sealed. It was open. Gotta get the scissors. Tis the year for great weather now, so I'm really looking forward to this. Okay, this looks like I think this is what they call a wine. Yes. So let me see if there's a name. Oh, there is a tag on this, a hang tag. See if it has a name or something. 1928, it says. So this is the brand, 1928. It's a coppery, or maybe we call it rose gold. I don't know. I call it coppery wine necklace. I'm gonna put it on the other board down set there, and we will. I think it's easier on that again for something like this. It'd be easier to show it on the other camera. And let's bring that camera up. There we go. So it's got a red. Let me get some better light on it. No, that didn't really help much. Just made it kind of glary. So it's kind of I think a reddish bead. I'm assuming acrylic with the Y There. And you know what? This number is going to sound familiar tonight. What did I say this? What brand is? Oh, yeah, 1928 brand Y necklace. Red. I think we'll just call it red. We'll start this at, I'm going to say $6. And go from there. If there's any interest in that. It's I'm going to guess, I'm going to get my, I think this has got, does have an extender chain, and it is fully extended when you saw it just now. So I'm going to say from the top of the necklace to the top of the Y, looks like about measurement. Looks like about 18 inch with it fully extended. So 18 inch to here for that. I see Kelly at 6. I'll give it a few seconds in case there's somebody else interested. But, 7 or more. I think quite a bit of what I have in mind tonight, you're going to see in this price range. So I got a phenomenal deal on some of this stuff, and passing the savings on to you, as I always try to do. So, grab another sip of water here. Okay. Yeah, really delicate piece. Let's see here. Put that pen down so I can type. And we'll say sold to Kelly for $6. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What is it? 1928. Thank you, Kelly. In your box. Let's see. What was the other? Oh, yeah. So this is some really interesting pieces I came across recently, and it was interesting when I was trying to figure out what they are. I've got 2 of them. I'll show you one. And one site, one time when I looked it up, it was thinking it was. I'm going to show it on this camera because it's easier. I have this. I guess I call it a candy dish, and you can see it's about. I'm going to say it's about 4 inches across. Now I just had my tape measure here in my hands a second ago. Did I knock it down? Oh, there it is. So tape measure 5 inches across. Okay. And so I didn't know what the style of this was going to be called. So I'm going to see if I can get that information again for you here. Give me a second. But fused glass, that's what they call it. Handcrafted fused glass art bowl with a red and white striped candy cane design. Candy cane? I wouldn't call it candy cane. Anyway. But they're kind of interesting. It has this, you can see it's kind of, the colors are refused right through. There's a little flat spot right here on the bottom. I looked to see if there was like sticker residue or something like that. Maybe it was a sticker, but no, nothing. And so it's kind of cute, or kind of different. So I'm going to call this I'm just going to keep the description short here. Fused glass, it is glass, candy dish. And guess what the starting bid is going to be? $6. So if there's any interest in that, like I said, it's red and white, and this kind of a gray tone, I guess you call it. And there's the bottom, it looks like. Different, huh? So I see Kelly at 6. Thank you, Kelly. If there's any other interests, 7 or higher? No. Okay. Anybody else interested? If not, we'll give it a few seconds here and just to make sure, because of the lag, of course, as I always say. And then I will look for my pen again. Oh, there it is. Okay. No other interests. We're going to say, type in the sold to Kelly for $6. Oh, you can make my math real easy. Instead of multiples of 6. Except for one item, pretty much. 2 items. Thank you, Kelly. Appreciate that. Let me put that over in your box. Okay. Nope. Oh, come on. I have a whole bunch of this stuff. Oh, there we go. I showed these last week. Why are they in that box? Nope. Oh, there we go. So this piece, this necklace came from an estate sale. And I think I showed this at an auction, well over a year ago, I think. So some of you that weren't followers back then, it's green glass with sterling pieces on it. And I don't know if it's marked or sterling or if I just looked it up. I can't recall. But it is green. It is definitely green glass. Let me put it up on the stand here. I'm going to put it on this thing. It's a long one. Looks like I'm going to say 20 inch maybe or more. What did they say with the, get my description written down here? Green glass with sterling. And I did write down the length. It's 26 inch. Wow. So much. And we're going to start this at. This one's not going to be $6. I'm going to break this. This is 14. We'll start this at 14. And we'll give you a close-up look to it here. You can see the older. It's an older style clasp, as you can see, with the silver adornments there on either side of it. And I believe I did test this thing some time ago. It is not magnetic, and I believe I did test it. So I'm pretty confident in that number, in that evaluation of it. And you can see it's got the alternating pattern of green glass and those little silver. I don't know what that's supposed to be, but I guess just decorative. Maybe a flower, maybe a butterfly. Yeah, it looks more like a butterfly pattern, I think. Between, I see Kelly at 14. Thank you, Kelly. And you see the green is kind of an, it's not a green like a forest green. It's more of a aqua, maybe. Better description of the color. I actually didn't try. I should see what it thinks it's called. What color? Let me see if I can come up with a color for you. This is interesting. Faceted Paraiba blue quartz. No, they call it quartz. It's not quartz. Silver spacer beads. I don't think that's quartz. I think it's glass, but you'll see why I think that. They're too regular, I think, to be quartz. Hey, I could be wrong. It could be quartz. I don't never heard of blue quartz, to be honest. Yeah, so cool. Alrighty. Well, we're going to say, I think that's long enough of a delay. We'll say yes. I think the beads are sterling as well. Yes, I think they are. They don't react. I can't. They're hard to test because they're so small, but they don't react to a magnet, and they get a little. You can see a little bit of tarnish on them. Maybe unless that's but I'm like I say, yeah, I'm not 100% on that, but they sure they. I'm just really feeling really better than 50-50 that it's sterling, that they're sterling. Mostly because I know the estate this came from. Also, the estate this came from, the woman had money. So anyway, so variegated green. Oh, that's a good description. So, okay, we're going to say sold, Kelly, for $14. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me write your name down. Alrighty, put that back in this nice little protective plastic bag. Yeah, this is. I'm not going to go so far as to say vintage, but I'm pretty sure it definitely could be, because the estate came from. It is likely a vintage piece, but again, I'm just going by what evidence I have. Yeah. Okay, that's all written down. Take care. What do we want to do next? Okay, this is not, well, this is silver, but it's not silver. It's gold tone. It's not, this was a toss-up on this one. And I'm going to go stick with this camera for the moment, just because I know it's going to be easier to show it here. So this is a vintage. You can either use it. I've seen it described as two different things. I might have some other items from that same estate. I'll have to look. I sold a lot of it last year, and I didn't realize I still had one more piece left. It's when I came across by that I had didn't realize I still had it. So, but I'll check, because there's a couple boxes of stuff that I was reopening that stuff that I'd showed in auctions last year or the year before, and I said, oh, why didn't I just put this back out there and see if anybody else would be interested in it? And then I realized, estate. But you never know. You never know. I can say a couple. I think I've got one other necklace that may be from that estate, and I don't remember what I did with it. It was a simulated pearl, I think. But anyway, so this item was described as both a money clip or a tie clip, and it's made by Swank. It's a pretty common name in tie clips and in money clips. So I'm just going to call it the Swank. Oops, I did it to myself again. Tapping in the wrong place. So I'm just going to call it the Swank clip, and it's gold tone. It is not marked anything like that. It's gold. It's interesting. I say that because I found similar clips, not this particular pattern, but almost identical in the way it's designed with this shape of the back here, that people were claiming was gold, but there's no marking on this, and it is not magnetic. And I did not even try to test it. So I really, Swank wasn't known for making gold stuff as far as I was aware, but we'll start this at, guess what, $6. So you can see the Swank name on the back here, if that'll focus. Maybe it won't, maybe it will. Try to get the focus. Come on, focus. Nope, it does not want to focus. And is that right side up anyway? No, it isn't. That's upside down anyway. Here, you can see it there, Swank. And there are no other markings on this. So, I'm sorry. Comments are coming through and I'm not paying attention here. I see Kelly at 6, and it's got this little floral kind of pattern. And that's a silver little bead in the center of it. I don't know if it's silver or not. Again, this thing's not magnetic, Is it a tie clip? Is it a paper? Is it a, money clip? I don't see why you couldn't use it for either item. So, oh, come on, focus. There we go. But it is cute, kind of. It is. I definitely think this is vintage. So, all right. And so I gave enough time for anybody else to jump in. So we're going to say sold to Kelly for $6. Thank you, Kelly. I still got to get a drink of water. All right. Let me write that down. Sometime this weekend, Saturday, I'm hoping to get over. There's a local Habitat for Humanity thrift store has had a fire, and they lost a lot of their content. It wasn't serious fire, but there was a lot of smoke damage, and so they're looking for donations. And I certainly have stuff that we could donate from our business here, and throwing some of that out there to them to help them out. Like I say, I've got an oddball collection of stuff here, so I'm sure whatever we have, they'll be happy to have. They're good people. Yeah, it was an electrical fire, so they were able to get into control pretty quickly. But again, smoke damage is always the issue when it comes to things like that. So, okay, like I said, let's do another one of these really interesting glass dishes here. Fused glass. Let me zoom out a little bit. I think I need. Am I zoomed out already? Yes, I am. Yeah, already zoomed out. Okay, and maybe more light than that. Does that help? No, that really doesn't help. And it's interesting because the light is catching this edge, and you can see the color coming up through the clear part of the glass. That's weird. I didn't notice that. It's the way the light is hitting it. So, but there's another fused glass piece. What did I ask for the last one? Was that $6? I think that was $6 too, wasn't it? We'll do that same thing, I think. Yep, that's what we did for the other one. I'm going to call this the orange one. You know, there's more than orange in there. I know that, but glass candy dish. I want to call it, for lack of a name. We'll start this at $6. Pretty much the same size, I think, as the other one. About 5 inches across at that point, and 6 or so, probably 6.5 at the diagonal. Yeah, we have. There's another one that does that covers. There's 2 thrift stores in the area, and then one covers that Habitat for Humanity exclusively. And this one had the fire, and then the other one kind of covers some of the other nonprofits. And so I see Kelly at $6. So yeah, and yeah, it's an interesting piece of glass. I know. Yeah, so we've been, we've always tried to help them out whenever we could. I wish I had the time to actually help with some of the houses. I almost did that several years ago. It was a house not far from us. It was really close by, half a mile away, and I could have done some work on that. But they turned out they had enough help, and I said, the one time where they were close enough where I could actually help, and they didn't really need my help. So I had some carpenter skills, so it would have been kind of cool. But hey, Beth, nice to see you. You do? Okay. I'm just, I always double check here with some of the folks, make sure I give them a wrench. I don't have to, but oh, you did sniper. Son of a gun. Well, hey, oh, you're out to Kelly now. So, all righty, that's what you. Wait a minute. Now Kelly's at 8. Now I'm confused. Now you guys are just confusing me, because you come in with 7 and you say you're out to Kelly. So I want to make sure I'm doing things on the up and up here for you guys. So you if you were withdrawing that, then Kelly, it goes back to 6. I didn't either. I was busy talking and showing the bowl. So that's the problem I have when I'm doing things with myself. my wife's not feeling well tonight. Otherwise, I'd have had her probably. Been trying to convince her to jump in, at least be a moderator. But anyway, okay. So, well, Beth, I mean, it's my fault if you jumped in. I didn't see it. So if you want to keep your bid at 7, I'm fine with that. And Kelly wants to keep her bid at 8, I'm fine with that as well. Yes. Thank you, Kelly. No problem. I'll let you guys decide what you feel is correct. Like I said, I'm trying to juggle things and talk at the same time. Okay, I will, Beth. Thank you. No worries here. So, all right, let me write it down. Let's make it official. Sold to Kelly for $6. I hope you're doing well this evening, Beth. Okay. Here's glass. Write that down. Orange. Okay. Oh, where am I? See, more jewelry. More jewelry. Is this the piece I want to do? No. I'm trying to make sure. I know I showed this last week. I had a couple items that got mixed up with what I had from last week. And I'm just trying to make sure I don't bring them up again. Nope. I did have one more sterling piece. I'm just trying to find it. So bear with me. Oh, here it is. I don't think I showed this last week. Maybe I did. So I don't have it on a card, so I'm going to have to put it on display if I can get them out of the bag. This is where my arthritis always gets to me. I open these tiny little poly bags. Okay, and let me put this on a display. This is a native inspired, I'm going to say, piece that is silver. And let me get it so it looks proper. And I'm saying native inspired because I can't say that it is native. But my daughter tells me that this she's the one that provided this piece. That she said she's into the native stuff. She did native studies actually in college. It's part of her education. So, not nice. Okay. Oh, wow. I just saw the comment here about the $8. Consider it done. I'm writing it down now. Sorry. Again, I was trying to get ready for the next item. And Beth to Kelly. Okay. Got it. Actually, there's something else I need. Beth, I mentioned this at the beginning. I'm behind on my invoices, and there's at least 1 or 2 items that I need to invoice you for. So I'll include it with that. So, yeah. So very nice. Yeah, very nice, Beth. Thank you very much. Okay. Okay. Sorry. Like I said, I got to keep an eye on the chat more than I'm not organized in the right way, I guess, to not keep an eye on the chat and stuff. I need to. Maybe I should put it. I wonder if there's a way to get this thing to talk to me so I can hear the chat. All right. So these are turquoise and sterling, and it's not going to focus, is it? Okay, you can see that here. And they're a post earring. Like I said, these pretty confident in what they are. Yeah. Put a little more light on it there. There we go. How do I describe these? I'm just going to call it dangle. I say dangle earrings. And we'll start these at 18. If there's any interest. Oops, let me get that up there so you can center it better. And, oh, hey, Holly. I know you were out there. So this Holly's in at 18. Like I said, I can take it off of these. This actually shows really good on the black, surprisingly. Because a lot of times silver does not show good against the black. But I just want to give you an idea of scale as well. So I'm going to hold it in my hand so you can get to see it. And you can see the backing here for it. I think the backs are actually even marked. I don't remember for sure though. But like I said, so it's got the cute little pieces of turquoise there and there. So, okay. Oh, and I see. Oh, we get some bids in here. Kelly at 20 and now Holly at 22. Yes, Beth, we hope you're kidding. But, and Kelly says she's out to Holly at 22. So thank you. Let's mark that as sold unless somebody else jumps in at the last second here. I don't know. Like I said, my daughter told me about these and has described these to me, and they came from her collection actually. So and she is very fussy about what she buys. So thank you. Sold to Holly. And let me put that in a bag, write your name on it. Today is the 14th, Holly. There. Okay, I think I have some others from last week or the week before that I put up. Maybe I'll show them again because there was a couple folks that here tonight that I don't think were around last night. Yes, she does. Another pair, but not like this. I do have another pair. Oh, what did I do with those? I just had my hands on those. Hang on. I just had my hands on those. And I set them aside. Oh, no. One second. All right, I'll find them. Let's get something else up and I'll look for them. I know I have another pair similar, but not the same. Give me a minute, and I'll find something. All right, let's put up. Oh yeah, these are cute. Hang on. Again, they're in a package that I need to open. I'm not implying they're new. They were stored in a package that was sealed, and these are kind of cute earrings. Let me bring the camera up or down or whatever here. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them on this so they're at a better angle. There we go. You can see they're post earrings, little heart-shaped things. I think they're cold. They're cold when I touch them to my cheek. So I'm going to say they're I don't think they're acrylic. I think they're probably glass. A little heart-shaped job. And we'll give you a better look at them in a minute here. Let me shut this light off so I can zoom in. There. Okay. And okay, so I'm sorry. I'm trying to get back to the chat here. Yes, I do have another pair. Kelly, we'll get to that. Let me see there. I covered that. These are not from the turquoise. No, not from an estate. I don't remember where these came from, but it may have been somebody local that she knew. Okay. An $8 gift card. Oh, isn't that sweet? Wow. Okay. All right. Alrighty. Yes, I will definitely cover shipping. Oh, okay. So Pretty Hearts, yes. And for those that are just joining, you're going to hear this number for some of this jewelry a lot tonight. The heart earrings. Oops, I misspelled that. I'm going to start at $6. And get my hands on it. I've been trying to go back and forth between my cameras here, but for this kind of stuff, it's just easier to show it on here. So you can see that's the earrings, and there's the post. Let's get the not the metal thing, but the rubber or plastic or whatever they are that holds the back. But when I put it up against my cheek, it seemed cold to me. So I don't know what that means. Let me push them on the card better here so they're not moving around so much. There we go. But yeah, they're kind of cute, huh? So, no, they're not. I don't think they're stone. No, I think it's, like I said, it's cold to the touch when I put it up against my cheek. I'm thinking glass, maybe. Like that, you know how people do like dichroic kind of glass type of thing. I don't think they're dichroic, but but they're definitely cold to the touch. Yeah, I think they're glass. So, oops, let me clicked on the wrong thing again. There, I think they're glass. They're cold to the touch, but I think they're glass. And trying to remember what I showed last week, and that's nice. What did I do with those? Well, I have those up. I'm going to take a few seconds here to go. Yeah, I thought when I first looked at them, I thought they might be fabric too, but then I picked them up and I said, "Oh no, these are glass." So let me see if I can find that. Last week, but I've been shoveling around here. Some of the stuff I've been throwing around, so I just didn't. Oh, here, I'll put you in this box. Well, these came from her as well. I found another pair, not the same, not with turquoise, just silver. I'll show you them. They were from last week, or maybe the week before. I'm just double checking here, make sure. I knew I had some others. Yeah, and Beth, I had some interesting pendants last week that I thought you might be interested in at some point too. Well, maybe I'll have a chance. I'll get those out. Okay. So alrighty. So milfoil or milfory? I don't think so. I don't know. I wouldn't call it that, but anyway. But lampwork glass, yeah, maybe that's a better description. Yeah, I think so. I see Kelly at 6, so we're gonna say sold to Kelly. for $6. And I got to make a note of Beth's generosity here before I forget. I will forget. It comes with age. Okay, thank you, Kelly. Let me put that in your box. Stuff. Okay, so I'm going to switch cameras again here. Give me a second. Remember I said I had some artwork, so we're going to do the same thing here. I'm going to grab a couple pieces. Ooh. Is this what I was looking for? No. No. This is from this photographer, and the same photographer I showed earlier. And I'm going to show these two because I think these are two similar pictures. These are much bigger. The others were 8 by 10 that I showed earlier. These are 14 by 11. Matted. And I think it'll show up okay. We'll see if I can do this. So there's the one, and he generally writes on. I didn't write on the back of this one what it is. So bird lovers out there, you probably know what it is. I don't. Maybe a kingfisher. And then the other one. This is a cedar waxwing. Again, same size, 11 by 14, and it's all matted. It's in a plastic bag. He didn't write on the back of this one what it is. So there are the two. Okay. Again, matted photos. Keep typing this to myself again. Did it again. Hit the darn thing. Typing the wrong place. Matted photos. Birds. For choice, we'll start this at $6. Like I said, you're going to hear that number a lot tonight, I think. So I'm gonna, this way I can, if I hold it up like this, I can still see the chat. And you can see, there's the one up close. There's the cedar waxwing. And it's covered in a plastic bag. So it's bagged and boarded. So there's a cardboard backing on that as well as the matting. So it's going to be well protected when it's shipped. They're what did I say, 11 by 14. You can see pretty good size. So you really just need a frame to put them in, if there's any interest. Again, this is Pete Malshuk. Malshuk. He passed away several years ago up in Newport, Vermont. And I think the original price on these things were like $20. Yeah, $19.99 on that one. Probably the same on the other one. And I'm asking $6. So. Is there any interest? No? Okay. Set those down. And hope everybody's enjoying their evening. Like I say, it was raining. I can't hear right now. We have a metal roof, so I usually can hear it when it's raining. And it's been raining off and on all day, and it's going to rain well through the night and tomorrow. But the weekend looks wonderful. 72 and sunny. Going to be a nice weekend. Okay. Oh, I did say fun. What did I do with those? Oh, yeah. So let me put these earrings on the display and show it to you. I showed these last week, and these are not Mark Sterling, but again, I think they're old enough that's why it may not be Mark Sterling. And we'll put them up. There are no turquoise on these, so these are just a simple leaf. I'm going to show it to you on the other camera here, so give me a second. Bring that up. There. That looks nice, right? So, I don't need more wall space. Yeah, I know. I have. You wouldn't believe how much artwork I have in this room to show. If I wanted to show you all of it, I have a couple others within reach too. I have a really nice Freddie Mercury, um, large Freddie Mercury print that is just absolutely gorgeous. I should dig that out sometime. See if anybody's interested. But okay, sterling. I'm going to call these leaf earrings. I think. Oops, I spelled that. We'll start these at 15, I think. And they're a hoop. I did not see a marking on them, any markings on them. Again, they're not. I did not test them, but it came from a source that I'm confident in. So I'm going to show the one up close and the back. It'll focus, and if I can get my hand steady enough. Keeps wanting to focus on what's in the background. Yeah, I did not see any markings, but there they are. Yeah, I should dig it out sometime. It's in this room, but not. Don't think it's within reach. I'd have to look. It is really nice piece, though. But, okay. Now I'm looking to see if I had those other earrings. I thought they'd be in that same box with that one, with that pair, and they aren't. So I'm really confused. I mean, some of the other earrings I showed last week were there, but just not that pair. What I was looking for. I'm still looking. Trying to keep an eye on the chat. Okay. No, it's not there. Yeah, I have a few more of this guy's prints. Let me reach up and while you guys are looking at that, let me just see if that's the print I see. No. That's a different one. No, that's a different one. Vermont scenery. A lot of Vermont scenery stuff. A different artist. And a much bigger piece. We'll show that sometime in the future, maybe. I can see the box that I think that Freddie Mercury's in, but I can't reach it. Not conveniently. So okay, no interest in these. That's all right. We'll pass on those. And oops, wrong click here. There we go. And we'll take those away. Oh, for those that were here last week, my granddaughter, who's quite the artist, hand painted several jars, and I showed 2 last week, I think. I will show you one this week, just to see if anybody is interested in this type of thing. I would say you could use them for like a trinket or whatever. Let me show last week. That's what I showed last week. Make sure I show a different one. Yeah, it's really, she's quite the little artist, and I gotta back up the camera here. There. Get the camera on there better. Cute, huh? It's only about, 3 inches tall. And what I say is, put it on your dresser. You sign the bottom. Put it on your dresser to, put your jewelry, loose coins, whatever you want in there. It's cute, and it's hand painted. You'll never find another one like it. But if there's any interest, make an offer. that's what she told me to do. So I tried to, I did stick with the number last week, but I'm just saying, $5, $6, whatever. If you're interested, and I will tell her that I sold one for her. She's she's gonna be a junior in college next year. So okay, where's that other piece I wanted to show? Huh. All right. We'll just go in and get something else. Ooh. Yeah, we'll do these. We'll do these next. But okay, yeah. Q6. Does that mean that you want that for 6? Is that what you're saying, Beth? Yes, I can certainly do that. I have a small box with half a dozen more, but I just grabbed one at random. So I should put them out there for choice. Okay, yes, please. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Let me write that down. Yeah, she's hoping to get into art, conservation, or restoration, that kind of thing. So, yeah, she's already started her summer job, so she's happy about that. Thank you. By the way, right, sold. Oops, why do I keep bumping this button? Sold to Beth for $6. Let me put that aside so it's safe. Okay. What was it? Oh, yeah. Anybody? Oh, this is really interesting too. Make sure something different before I show these earrings. So this is actually a scarf clip. Let me see if I can get this to focus on it properly here. And I think I was gonna put this behind it so I can just hold it at a better angle for the camera here. There we go. And you can see, even comes with the on the card, a little scarf clip. First of all, my wife and I were trying to figure out if this has initials on it. Well, as far as I can tell, it does not. Well, I'm looking at it anyway. So it's a scarf clip, and we're going to start this at, guess what, $6. Now, this has got even instructions on how to use it. That's included with this. So that's really cool, huh? And so there's the scarf clip. I have not taken it out of this bag. I can, though, if you want me to. Probably should, so you can get a better look at it. Get away from that glare. So this is what the back of it looks like. And you can see what the original price was, $9.95. I didn't realize that. It's gold tone, of course. And what says there next to it? Passport Boutique. Oh, okay. So, peace. Really? And they say it comes with the instructions on how to use it. You see peace now. Hang on, I got it so it stays put. I think I see what you mean. Huh. Okay. I think this has been around a while. I think this was, I'm looking at the instructions that came with it. I can't tell from the age, but I'm looking at the opening instructions out of curiosity here. They show different ways of wearing it. There's something called a suit filler, or jabot, J-A-B-O-T. No, there's all kinds of ways of wearing this thing. A 3-way square, a head wrap. All kinds of interesting things you can do with it. That's interesting. And the instructions, that is. So that's kind of cool. Alrighty. I guess Passport's the name of the company. I never even took it off the card to see if there's any kind of writing on it or markings. I don't know. There's nothing on the back. So there it is. Okay, no interest. That's all right. One of the things we're trying to plan for the summer, I have a barn that we have attached, not attached to our house. It's separate from the house. And I'm looking to. I've got so much stuff, more stuff than I can possibly bring to this auction, and we're going to probably do some kind of a barn sale, I guess. And I've got a ton of vinyl albums that we'll probably do something with. So, all right. So we got some earrings here. I think you call them cloisonné. I'm trying to get, and they're not identical, surprisingly to me. But that's, I think, not unusual with cloisonné. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm trying to show looks similar but not the same. The little chain thing, and so I'm going to call them cloisonné earrings. And guess the price on this: $6. Oops, I misspelled cloisonné. Hang on. And while that is up, we'll look and see what we're going to do next. I haven't done a necklace, right? Back to some necklaces here. I see Kelly at 6. Okay. Oh. I was just trying to figure out this necklace here. Oh, yeah. Looking at that. Oh, there we go. On my board. Okay. And we will say sold to Kelly for $6. Thank you, Kelly. And find the bag. I put those in. Put your name on it. Although I have a box of your stuff now, so it won't get misplaced anyway. So. Oh. Thanks, Beth. Good luck with that. Yeah, we fortunately both our dogs are relatively healthy, so I assume you're talking about a dog, Stub. That must be a dog's name or cat, pet. All right. How about this necklace? Excuse me. Time for another drink of water. It's kind of a, well, I don't know. It's blue, and it's got various types of beads. It does have an extender on it. I think it's fully extended right now at 18 inch. It's not focusing either. There we go. So have a good evening, then. Okay. So I'm going to call this the blue speckle. Oops. Space. Blue speckle necklace. We're going to jump a little higher on this one. We're going to say $8 on this one for start. And like I said, it's on a pretty long extender, as you can see. So if I shorten it up, we'll get it down to the shorten. And you see, didn't see a name, and I couldn't tell you if it's to me. I'm going to say silver tone. So, It's varying beads with silver tone accent in between. Did I test it? No. Let me grab my magnet here. Just do a real quick check. I can tell the extender is magnetic. The clasp is not, and the beads in between are not. Doesn't mean they're silver. It just means that they're not magnetic. It's the only test I can give you right now. So I just shortened it. Took it off the extender. Let me kill this light, and I can zoom in a little bit here. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to grab another sip of water. I got to write some stuff down here anyway. For a second. Yeah. I'll take care of that. Okay. No interest in that. So while we're thinking about that, I need to do some other weird stuff I have. I think there was somebody out there that was really into ephemera. I can't remember who it was. I'm going to switch cameras here in a minute, and we'll show you what I think. Some people, I've seen this at other auctions, and that's why I'm bringing it up. I don't have a need for this item, and I would take any reasonable offer, I guess is the way to put it. So we're going to pass on this. I'm going to switch cameras. Oops, wrong button. And let's take that off the screen. And so I'm going to type it in the chat here so I can. I'm going to put a question mark in here, but just to show you. So I got this. This is kind of a, the cigar box is not in great shape. You can see it's kind of been kicking around. Okay, I knew somebody out there had bought some. Okay, so but this is a really strange one because this it still has the sticker on the side from the cigar box. It's in rough shape. The decal here that's beat up, and there's some sticker residue from something over here. I don't know what. And the other thing that's on the back. But the box is actually in good shape otherwise. It's just Corona. There's a name on it. La Finca. But what it's full of? Keys. Lots of them. Let me see if I can get that up on there on the screen really well. Car keys, house keys. I think there's a. Sorry, I'm trying to get this on camera here so you can see. Another one of those key rings with this separator thing, but I think the other half is missing. Another pocket knife. This one's kind of beat up looking, but it's still there. It's got a plus on it though, so does that mean it's a Swiss Army knife? I don't know. It's just a single blade, nothing else on it. It's all included. All included. Oh, a carabiner. There's a carabiner in there. There's a whistle, plastic whistle. There's a metal whistle in there. There's it looks like a dog whistle in there. So it's heavy. So that's why I'm giving you the good. I think that's why I'm not asking a lot for it. Oh, look at that! There's a medallion in there. I didn't even know that was in there. It looks like. Let's see if I can read the back. Can't. There's the back of it. Focus. And it's on a gold tone chain. Oh, I think gold tone. I don't see any other markings on it. Let me double check though, but I don't see any markings on it, but you're going to get it anyway. Whatever it is. Nah, I think it's just, it's It's not heavy or anything like that. There's coupon cutter. um, and there's a nice big leather key ring. There's a cloth key ring. There's a bunch of keys like that. And I see some automotive keys. I think one's was a Toyota or something like that, and the other one was or something like that. One says Storm Door on it. So I have no idea. This came from, I think I got this at a yard sale with a bunch of other stuff. And so it's like, I know people do things with the keys. They like to have them, but there it is. And it's all yours for $8. So I'm going to say sold. But I just want to make sure you knew what you're getting. To Kelly for $8. Like I said, I'm going to tell you right now, this thing probably weighs a couple pounds. Let me just see if I can get a weight real quick for you. Just come on, zero up. Almost 2 pounds. 1 pound 13 ounces. So that's including the box, of course. So that's all there. That's cool. Thanks, Kelly. I hope you like it. I know people who like to use the keys for different things. Wind chimes, that kind of stuff, maybe, or whatever. Is weird things like that. I wouldn't say weird, but different things like that. Maybe it's not weird, but all in your taste, right? Okay. How are we doing on time? 10:15 already. Wow, the evening's just flying by, huh? I'm gonna dig into my bag of goodies here and see what we can pull up for tonight. Let's see here. Ooh, those are nice. These are similar to what I showed. Well, I say similar to what I showed last week. Similar in design. The kind of what they call a boho style. Okay, let's get rid of this necklace. There goes my clipboard. And see if we can get them out of the bag here. But they're a little different than the ones I showed last week. If I can get them out of the bag. Sorry. Here. So they're really large. Boy, I'll never do my camera right here. You see the size of that loop on that? And then they have a little series of beads. And then the front of it looks like that. So I'm going to put that on the other camera so you can get a better look at it. Because my hands are not steady enough to really show it to you properly, but I do want you to see what they look like. Ooh, well, that's not good. Guess what? When you take the thing off, the beads, if you're not washing the beads, they come right off. So I'll have to delay showing those because I'll have to find where the beads are on the floor. So let me do a different pair of earrings. That's a flaw. I don't like that. Oh, bracelet. Let's do a bracelet. This looks like, stone. It is stone. I think it's Amazonite. We'll put that on the other camera. Show that. Switch cameras. Yeah. Chimes. Cool. Oh, that's cool. I have heard of people doing that. I have not seen. I should look on YouTube. I bet you could find all kinds of on YouTube that people do that. But, all right, camera down. So there's a bracelet. I think this is Amazonite. Maybe. It is stone. It is definitely stone. And it's got a barrel clasp on it, so it's kind of interesting. My tape measure. So let's see if we can stretch that out and get a good measurement on it. 7 or 7.25 maybe inches. It's pretty typical, right? So, and so it has this, the barrel style clasp with a little gold beading on there as well. And I just put that back together. And it looks like they're using some kind of, it's a wire core. I can tell because the way it works. So it's not the stretchy stuff; it's the wire core. So we'll start this at guess what? $6. Oh. And let me see while you're doing that, while you're looking at that, let me grab my flashlight here and see if I can find that route. Probably not going to find it easily. Because I can look at the other one, it still has it and see what I missed. Looks like a turquoise in the brown. Okay. Interesting. So, unfortunately, things like that tend to bounce, and you end up a couple feet away from where they dropped. So I will probably not be able to show you those tonight. Shoot. If I can find the bead out to put a keeper on that to keep them from sliding off. I can do that. I know how to do that. So I didn't realize I didn't have one. That's the good thing about being in the jewelry business. I can repair stuff to some extent. Even do silver soldering, which I have done some of. I'm not a designer though. I do not design stuff. Oh well, we'll look for it later. So it goes sometimes. Things never go away. I think they're going to go. All right. Well, that bracelet's been up there for a little while. We'll do a different pair of earrings. Or maybe not. Ooh, what's this? Some of this stuff I have not. My wife got involved with some of this stuff, and so I have not seen everything here. And she did caution me that there might be some silver in some of this stuff, and I should be aware of that. But I don't think there is in this particular piece. But or if this was silver. Ooh. I got another bracelet here I'm looking at. I don't know much about it. I'll have to do some looking at this one before I put it up here so I can tell you what I know. Not one I'm familiar with. So let's put another pair of earrings up. Getting 10, 20. These are again. I'll show you on my other camera here in a minute. So we're going to pass on this bracelet. And hide that. And so I'm going to show it on this camera first because it's just to give you an idea what I'm talking about. And then, so these are earrings. There's a pair of these, of course. And this, the hook here. So you can see it unhooks like so. So essentially when you're wearing it, it will be like that. But to the side, people will see that. Get the focus. There we go. So I'm going to put that on my display here. And put that up so you can see it. I wonder if I could do it now. I got a couple of different types of displays. I'm just wondering if I could do it a different way, but oh goodness. Oh, what did I do? I'm having any good luck with these things. All right, I'm gonna just put the display over here. We switch cameras so you're not looking at me messing with this thing. Nope. Okay. Here's one. And there's the other. Well, I want to show you how they hang because when you put them on the thing like this, you see that they're really this way on your ear. But what people see on their side is that. And guess what? The price is going to be $6. Oh, good grief. Now what did I do? I'm just going to call these large round earrings. $6 start. While that is up, let me see. What was the other thing? I thought I had one other non-jewelry thing I wanted to show. Besides more artwork. Here. I'm just looking around and around and around here. Huh. Okay. We'll do this, and then we'll do artwork again. And okay. Oh, I thought it said. Throat's getting dry. Back for another drink of water. Okay. No interest in that. Yeah, it is nice filigree, isn't it? So, okay. I'll pass on those. I've got another pin. I'm going to call it a pin that could be also a pendant. I'll explain why in a minute. This is Avon. Let me see if we can get the display a little better. There. I'm going to do it that way. Let me bring the camera up. There. Okay. So this is an Avon Angel. That one. Angel pin / pendant. It's one of those dual purpose jobs. I'll show you why. And we'll start this at $6. So you can see it's kind of a gold tone, rose gold tone on the top, gold tone on the wings, and silver tone on the body. And it is Avon pin, but it's also can be a pendant. See up at the top. And the Avon marking is right there on the bottom. So I put it on this display because I can get it to stay still. Well, it's the standard type of clasp, right, for the pen. And I can just stick that in the hole there, and then there it is. So, okay. Any interesting Avon? I had some other Avon stuff too at one time. Probably still do somewhere. I had some more. Oh, that's interesting. I just found another pair of earrings similar to the ones I messed up. But I'm thinking I'm going to do the same thing with those. I'm going to fix it so they can't slide off. I'm going to set them aside, so I do that. Am I missing something I didn't show? Oh yeah, I got a lot of stuff I didn't show, of course. More necklaces and stuff you wouldn't believe. I showed that last week. Let's see here. Okay, and I'm going to show that other letter by Arc, and I'm going to call it a night, I think. Let me set my clipboard down here for a second. And we'll pass on this. Switch cameras. Oops, not that. Wrong button. I keep doing that. I'll get better at this. Okay, I've got more artwork. Reach for it over here. It's off to the side. And I'm going to do the same thing. $6. And I've got 4 different pieces, but I'm going to show them 2 at a time. And so, and these are 11 by 14. I'm going to write it down here so I don't, oops. Thanks, Ollie. 11 by 14. Photo art work. Matted. For choice. Starting at $6. Okay. So the first one, this one says, the title of this is 25 Below. I'm hoping I'm showing that really well. Trying to get it so there's no glare, but it's not easy. Hang on, let me shut some of these lights off and turn them away a little bit so they're not quite so intense in here. There we go. Yeah, some of that reflection you're seeing from the computer screen itself, of course. So if I back up, it's not quite. There we go. So there's that one. So that one's called 25 Below. Is it's photographed in Troy, Vermont. Okay. This one, I'm going to angle it so I can get the reflection off it. This is looking through Mad. This is on Mad River. I can't make it where in Vermont. Hang on, let me just something like this. His business card is back in the way. In Warren, Vermont, and it's waterfalls, as you can see. I'm trying to get the glare off it. There we go. Waterfalls. And then these are like a collection of covered bridges in Vermont. And on the back, he specifies one is Slaughter, looks like Slaughter, I can't make it out, House, and Chamberlain, Newell, Oosley, Station, and Upper Cox. All different covered bridges in Vermont. Vermont has a lot of covered bridges. And then the last one here is he does identify some of the things in the back. And this one's the moose, of course, in the center. Again, I'm trying to get this so the glare is not too bad. There's a mallard, rose, breasted grosbeak, some kind of viceroy butterfly, great blue heron, something kind of. Can't make out what that says. His writing's not that great. An American kestrel down here. Again, all by the same photographer. And these are all in silver. I mean, it's all in plastic here. That's why you get the glare here. I just hesitate to take them out of the plastic because you can do it once you frame them, but trying to keep them dust free as much as possible. But anybody interested in any of those, again, I'll show them again. Covered bridges, the waterfall, and the winter scene that he calls 25 Below. So Anyway, and that is all I'm going to show for tonight. And if there's any interested in anything you've seen, if you go back and watch this and something did not sell that you're interested in, please email me. And of course, I encourage you to go out and watch some of the other. There are other auctions going on right now, I'm sure. So if you've already left to go watch those, that's okay. It doesn't hurt my feelings. And I'll probably watch some of it myself once I leave here and go back downstairs. So I will probably be back on Thursday of next week. That is the 21st. So same time, 8:30. At least that's what I'm playing on right now. Again, I always leave my door open if anybody's interested in joining me. Even if it's just want to chat or if you want to do whatever, or if you want to show some stuff, more than happy to help you through it. If it's something new to you or if you're experienced, that's great too. I no qualms with that. I've had Beth on my channel, of course, in the past, and I've been on her channel. So it's a great thing to do. It's a great community out there, and I appreciate everything you guys do for us. So you all have a blessed evening and a great weekend. We're looking forward to a great one here for weather. And some hot weather next week. So have a blessed night.